Brothers and sisters, there are moments when the silence of God seems to echo louder than the world's noise. Moments when suffering lingers, when answers don't come, and when the faithful, even the shepherd, must keep watch in the dark. This is such a time, and today I do not come with solutions. I come to keep watch with you. Christ is still among us, not always in triumph, not always in clarity, but oftentimes in hiddenness, hidden in the wounds of the sick, hidden in the confusion of the present-day church, hidden in the persecution of those who seek the traditional Mass, hidden in the quiet tears of a mother praying in the night. It is there, precisely there, that the faithful should be able to expect that their shepherd will remain. For it is in that stillness, amid the shadows and the silence, that the true pastoral courage is forged. The shepherd's presence is not measured by words or grand gestures, but by the steadfastness to stay when all seems quiet or even forsaken. In the loneliness of the watch, where trials press hardest and hope feels faint, the shepherd is called to stand as a living sign of God's unyielding love, a silent sentinel who bears the burdens of the flock, sharing their sufferings and interceding before the throne of grace. Here, faith is not passive resignation, but an active, prayerful endurance that embraces the mystery of God's timing and providence. To remain is to witness the hidden work of grace, even when it is veiled from human sight. A bishop is called to be a sentinel. He is not to abandon the gates when the city grows restless. He is not to retreat from the altar when tears fill the sanctuary. He is to watch. And he cometh to his disciples, and findeth them asleep. And he saith to Peter, What? Could you not watch 1 hour with me? The Gospel according to St. Matthew, chapter 26, verse 40. When our Lord entered Gethsemane, he did not first ask his disciples to act. He asked them to watch, to stay awake with him in his sorrow. He did not demand solutions. He asked for presence. It is the role of the shepherd in a suffering church, not first to solve, but to stay. This is where the bishops are called, ready to keep vigil while others flee, ready to guard the tabernacle, ready to hold the lamp of faith when others let it burn low. Pope St. Pius X once wrote, "The office divinely committed to us of feeding the Lord's flock has especially this duty assigned to it by Christ, namely, to guard with the greatest vigilance the deposit of faith delivered to the saints, rejecting the profane novelties of words and oppositions of knowledge, falsely so called." From Pascendi Dominici Gregis in 1907. And that faithfulness is tested not only in doctrine, but in compassion, in the loving, long-suffering patience to accompany God's people through their darkest hours. And yet, today we see many shepherds, many bishops, who are not truly present with their flock. But I want to say to you today that whether your shepherd is stood present with you or not, you are not alone. In Isaiah chapter 53, verses 2 and 3, we read, "There is no beauty in him, nor comeliness, and we have seen him, and there was no sightliness, that we should be desirous of him, despised and the most abject of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with infirmity." Christ is no stranger to hiddenness. He was born in an out-of-the-way place. He fled into exile. He was misunderstood by the religious, betrayed by the close, judged in silence. And when he rose from the dead, he did not appear to all, only to the few who had kept watch. There is a temptation today, even in the church, to equate Christ with approval or victory, or with the status quo. But the saints knew otherwise. St. John of the Cross wrote, "The endurance of darkness is the preparation for great light." St. Gemma Galgani said, "If you really want to love Jesus, first learn to suffer, because suffering teaches you to love." And Pope Pius XII declared, "The Church, following her divine founder, advances always under the sign of contradiction." We must not fear the hiddenness of Christ. We must not rush to solve what God is asking us to carry. The Lord is not absent. He is veiled, as he is in the tabernacle. Perhaps you, dear listener, are among those keeping vigil for a loved one in the hospital, a son who has lost his way, or a church you barely recognize. I want to speak to you now. The Lord is good to them that hope in him, to the soul that seeketh him. It is good to wait with silence for the salvation of God. From Lamentations chapter 3, verses 25 and 26. Do not despise the waiting. In the silence, Christ is near. He does not forget the one who watches. He sees the tears no one else sees. He remembers those who do not walk away. And I, as a shepherd, am here watching with you. I do not come with easy explanations or quick deliverance, but with faith in the one who is hidden, yet wholly present. And it is here, especially here, that we must look toward the altar, toward that veiled and quiet miracle that sustains us. For in the Blessed Sacrament we encounter not a distant God, but the crucified and risen Christ, who remains with us in silence and suffering and in sacramental mystery.